Hello and welcome to the Papyrus Global National News Update. I am Christiana Babayo and here are today's headlines. Kano Court sentences 2 men to death. Radda congratulates Tinubu on APC ticket. Ndlea busts major drug syndicate. Wike speaks on alleged impeachment deal in Rivers crisis. Cholera outbreak kills 27 in Borno. Digital switch over to unlock advertising markets. Federal government cancels $770 million World Bank power loan. Governor Yusuf approves 20,000 naira Eid bonus. Yilwatda says Fubara was cleared for APC primary. And now the news in details. A high court in Kano has sentenced 2 men, Yusuf Ahmad and Awal Abdul Hamid, to death by hanging for killing their friend Ibrahim Umar Mahmoud. The court heard that the incident happened in June 2025 after a disagreement over football escalated into violence at Bachirawa quarters in Kano. Prosecutors said the victim was stabbed in the chest and later died at Waziri Gidado Hospital. Justice Musa Dahiru Muhammad ruled that the prosecution proved its case beyond reasonable doubt and convicted both men for conspiracy and culpable homicide. Katsina State Governor Dikko Radda has congratulated President Bola Tinubu on emerging as the presidential candidate for the All Progressives Congress following the party's nationwide primaries. In a statement by his spokesperson Ibrahim Kaula Mohammed, the governor described Tinubu's emergence as a strong endorsement of his leadership and renewed hope agenda. Radda said Katsina delivered over 467,000 votes during the primaries and pledged continued support for Tinubu ahead of 2027 general elections. He also praised the APC for conducting a credible exercise. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency says it has dismantled one of Nigeria's biggest methamphetamine syndicates during coordinated operations in Ogun and Lagos states. Ndlea operatives uncovered a massive clandestine laboratory hidden in an Ogun forest and seized over 2.4 tons of methamphetamine and chemicals valued at about 480 billion naira. 11 suspects, including 3 Mexican nationals and alleged kingpin and no Chile innocent, were arrested. Ndlea Chairman Mohammed Buba Marwa described the operation as a major breakthrough against transnational drug cartels operating in Nigeria. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory Nyesom Wike has said the withdrawals of Rivers State Governor Ndlea Fubara from the APC governorship primaries did not surprise him. Wike claimed there was an understanding that an impeachment move against Fubara would be dropped on the condition that he would not seek re-election. He made the remarks after inspecting projects in Abuja. Fubara had earlier said his withdrawal was for peace and unity in Rivers State. The political rift between both men continues to deepen ahead of 2027 elections. At least 27 people have died in a cholera outbreak across 5 local government areas of Borno, with about 2,715 suspected cases recorded. Health data shows Jere and Maiduguri Metropolitan Council are the worst affected areas, accounting for most infections. The outbreak has spread to over 120 communities, with new cases still being reported daily. Health workers warned the situation could worsen without urgent action. Meanwhile, the Borno State Ministry of Health says it is still verifying the figures and reviewing reports from the field. We will now go on a short break, and when we come back, the news will continue. Stay tuned.
The Papyrus Global, we don't just cover events, we create cinematic experiences. From red carpets to birthdays, gala dinners, and your fairy tale weddings, we bring your moments to life with high-tech precision. Our gadgets are smarter, our lenses sharper, and our team simply world-class. Trust the Papyrus Global to tell your story in the boldest, brightest way possible.
Welcome back, and now the news will continue. The federal government says Nigeria's digital switchover program will unlock about 605.2 billion naira in the advertising market and boost opportunities in broadcasting and the creative industry. The managing director of Nigerian Communications Satellite Limited, Jane Egeton Ideen, says the shift from analog to digital will improve audience measurement and ensure fair advertising revenue for broadcasters. She also noted that the transition will release valuable spectrum expected to generate over $1 billion. The full analog switch off is scheduled for December 2028. Nigeria's power crisis has worsened after the federal government cancelled $717.7 million in undisbursed World Bank financing meant to support reforms in the electricity sector. The World Bank says the decision followed a joint agreement after key reform targets were not met. The funds were part of a $1.52 billion program aimed at improving power supply and reducing tariff shortfalls. The bank attributed challenges to rising costs and currency depreciation. The program has now been ended earlier than scheduled, raising fresh concerns over electricity stability. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf of Kano State has approved a 20,000 Naira Eid el-Kabir goodwill package for civil servants across the state and local government areas. The payment covers workers on grade levels 1 to 14, following the payment of May salaries. The government says the gesture is aimed at easing financial pressure and helping workers celebrate the festive season. Governor Yusuf described it as part of his administration's commitment to workers' welfare and inclusive governance. He also extended Eid greetings to residents of Kano. APC National Chairman Nyesom Wike says Governor Ndlea Fubara was fully cleared to contest the Rivers State governorship primary before voluntarily withdrawing. He dismissed claims that the governor was forced out, saying Fubara brought nomination forms, passed screening and stepped down on personal grounds. Yilwatda also rejected suggestions that FCT Minister Nyesom Wike influenced the process, insisting he is not an APC member. Fubara earlier said his withdrawal was for peace and unity in Rivers State ahead of 2027 elections. And that brings us to the end of today's national news updates. For continuous coverage and breaking developments, stay connected with the Papyrus Global Television at papyrusdaily.com. I'm your host, Christiana Babayo. Thank you for watching.